Good morning to you and welcome to our show. I am Louisa Lee, here to keep you updated with what's going on around the world. 早安，欢迎收看 Louisa 报报，每天给你最新最有趣的新闻。And it looks like Americans will be shrinking the size of Christmas presents this year. The latest study shows that people are not too confident with the economy and are skeptical that it will turn for the better anytime soon. 离年底的 Christmas 假期还有好几个月，不过现在已经有调查说，有27% 的消费者说他们今年过年会少买一点东西。专家说，公司裁员、股市不稳，加上欧洲的经济不乐观，都让美国的消费者不敢花更多钱。
Coats are hardly back on in much of the United States, but thoughts are already turned to what kind of holiday shopping season this will be. According to a poll conducted, about 27% of U.S. shoppers surveyed said they will be spending less this year, with a little more than half planning to spend the same and only about 18% planning to spend more. According to the findings by America's Research Group, the biggest problem? Americans think the economy will get worse before it gets better. Job cuts are one of the things on shoppers' worry list, and here's more to worry about. Bank of America announced plans to slash 30,000 jobs and reduce costs by $5 billion by 2014. America's largest bank is struggling with its ill-fated acquisition of Countrywide Financial made at the height of the financial crisis. It was a volatile day for the stock market. Wall Street followed European shares lower at first, but changed course after the Financial Times reported Italy asked China for, quote, significant purchases of Italian debt. Major U.S. markets bounced back late in the session after being down by at least 1%. In Europe, tensions flared in Italy as lawmakers prepared to approve government spending restraints. That follows up a scuffle over the weekend in Greece over austerity cuts. Growing worries of a possible Greek default sent European shares tumbling to a two-year low.
And in related news, China to the rescue? It appears to be the case. Instead of relying on its neighboring countries to lend a hand, Italy is calling out to China to make significant purchases of bonds and other assets to help the nation out of its financial debt crisis of $2.3 trillion US. The Italian government officials have since met with the Chinese authorities and investors for talks, but no agreements have been reached so far. 为了要解决债务危机，现在有消息传出，意大利政府跟大陆官员会面，希望大陆帮忙解决意大利的问题。不过双方似乎还没有达成共识。And now to other news, gamers catch this. To get the newest PlayStation Vita in hand, you will have to book yourself a ticket to Japan. The handheld gadget will be within reach this December. Sony 宣布新的掌上型游戏机12月17日将会在日本先发售，让很多游戏迷也很期待。不过在日本以外的地区可能要等到明年才买得到。
Sony's new PlayStation Vita handheld game console goes on sale in December, with Japan kicking off the global rollout. But Sony says it will not cut prices to match discounts offered by rival Nintendo.
We will not change the price from our earlier announcement, as we've set a strategic price on a product that is full of fascinating features. I believe we've received very positive feedback from our customers regarding the price since it was announced.
Prices for the PS Vita have been criticized as too high, although analysts say the gadget will likely appeal to hardcore gamers who are generally willing to spend more. The PS Vita will hit the shelves in Japan on December 17th, with 26 game titles to choose from. The cheapest version of the PS Vita will retail at around $325, compared to the reduced $195 that gamers will have to pay for Nintendo's 3DS handheld. Sony's handheld is expected to be launched in the US and Europe in early 2012, but exact dates are not known.
As thank you for checking back with us for the latest in the celebrity world. I am Louisa Lee. Let's first take a look at the weekend box office results, the power of A-list stars. The thriller film Contagion, which tells the story of a fast-spreading killer virus that is threatening the nation, has secured a top spot after taking in $23 million at the U.S. and Canadian theaters on its opening weekend. 全境扩散拿下这个礼拜北美票房的冠军，不过还有一部新片《勇士血脉》也进入了排行榜，描述两兄弟在拳击场上的故事。 Help, which has been receiving rave reviews from critics, has been bumped to the second place after being the box office leader for 3 consecutive weeks. The comedy drama soaked up an additional $8.7 million, pushing up its domestic ticket sales to $137 million. Action flick Warrior, starring Tom Hardy, debuted at the 3rd place, bowing below expectations with $5.6 million. The film centers around a broken family of 2 brothers and their father, an alcoholic former boxer who returns home to coach his younger son, played by Hardy, for the MMA tournament. The older son, who is the next MMA fighter, also decides to hit the ring, putting the 2 blood-related boxers on a battle of a lifetime.
Look, Brendan, the bank has got to go by the new appraisal figures. You're upside down on your mortgage.
How much do you need?
I didn't come in for long, Frank. I was hoping that you would train me.
Are you serious?
I thought we agreed that we weren't going to raise our children in a family where their father gets beat up for a living.
Brendan, you're a teacher. You got no business in the ring with those animals.
Actually, I used to be one of those animals. Guess I've got to put that down on my application.
There's this big tournament. Top 16 middleweights in the world. And when it takes all, I'm gonna need a trainer. Not that much you were good at.
Frank, I need this. I got a family to protect. Everything I do is for them.
What's going on up here?
Daddy is now a princess. Mom needed you. I needed you. You're my big brother. You bailed on me. I was a 16-year-old kid. What the hell did I know? You had a choice, okay? You had a choice.
Teacher, they pulled off a miracle.
You can do this. Whatever you say, I can do this.
You got him! This is impossible. The 2 men fighting for the championship tonight are brothers. Go war!
Are we here to win this fight? Because if we're not, I will throw in the towel.
In other news, the name Vera Wang automatically stirs our attention. The designer who made a name for herself on the stage of fashion has just unveiled her latest spring 2012 collection at the New York Fashion Week. Now buckle up for this fantasy trip. 时装设计师 Vera Wang 今年也在纽约时装周推出她的新作品，她也用了许多活泼的颜色，我们一起来看看吧。
Chinese-American designer Vera Wang dreamed up an eclectic mix of shades for her spring 2012 collection at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week in New York the previous Tuesday. Wang opened her show with featherweight layers of white, including a white silk linen V-neck top with the crisscross collar paired with a sheer white silk chiffon maxi skirt. The essence of this season's collection is mixing transparent fabrics with structured pieces of solid fabrics like white cotton.
My inspiration was Alice in Wonderland and this sort of trip of combining a childlike quality with sophistication. And I think a modern way of looking at jackets and parkas and vests and bringing them into color, because I've been experimenting with that for quite a while for the last few seasons.
Charcoal grey also had its moment on the stage as the designer presented the grey top paired with dark skinny pants. The designer then moved into more colors than people are used to seeing in her designs, from hot pink, purple, bright yellow, mint green to bright prints.
The prints were taken from wallpaper from Marie Antoinette's bedroom, and then we completely riffed on it and sort of distorted it so it become like an LSD trip. It was meant to be like a sort of a beautiful LSD trip. That's what it's meant to be.
Leon Talley, an editor for Vogue, also gave applause to Vera Wang's spring 2012 collection.
Magical and new and forceful and really strong, and Vera Wang at her best. I thought it was just magical and very feminine.